another Stephen King prison adaptation. And we all know how the last prison adaptation did. So how did this one do? Let's find out. So The Green Mile is directed by Frank Darabont. Now Frank Darabont also directed Shawshank Redemption, and that turned out pretty well. And it's starring Tom Hanks and Michael Clarke Duncan, rest in peace. And this film is about a guy named Paul Edgecumbe, and he is an elderly guy and he's reliving his past, and there's a scene where he gets emotional, and that's where he's looking at his past and reflecting on it. And his past was, who is Tom Hanks, the younger version of Paul Edgecumbe. He was a corrections officer, and I believe during Great Depression time, and he is running death row prisoners and people that are on death row. He has to manage. He's like the supervisor of the stuff, and he has his personal problems and his problems at work. But one day, there's a guy named John Coffey, and he gets convicted of death row from killing and raping these two young girls, and it's just terrible what happened with that. And but we learn that John Coffey has a unique ability, and when Tom Hanks learns that, he becomes so intrigued and interested in John Coffey. Now, I apologize in advance if I always say, like, if I'm referencing, oh, this is Stephen King, even though Frank Darabont directed this. I'm still going to be mentioning Stephen King, sometimes on purpose, sometimes not, just because this was his adaptation. Now, I was pretty excited to see this. Now, The Green Mile, it's one of the movies that's been out since 1999. That's one of the best movies that people hear of with Tom Hanks, one of the better Stephen King movies. I love most of Stephen King's adaptations, but some of them he's known for his horror creativity. But there's some movies with the Stephen King adaptations which it really, prickles down in your emotions, and it makes you sad in a way. And this is exactly what this film does. I like how we learn about the characters in this film. We learn about their past, but in different ways without just, flashbacking scenes. We learn it in more of a unique way. We never seen it like that before because of someone in this movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but it is pretty cool how we learn about the character's past. Not just one character, but a bunch of them in various different forms of ways. And it worked out good. The exposition scenes, like I said, were done great. And Tom Hanks, everything that he does, no matter if he's an animated trained director or conductor, and if he's stranded on an island, or if he's a toy cowboy, the dude really gives it his all every time. And I like almost every movie that I've seen. Tom Hanks is fantastic actor, and I like most of the movies that he is in. He does a good job. This movie is a little slow paced because it is another 3-hour Stephen King movie. I don't know why we do get a lot of 3-hour Stephen King movies. I don't know. Some of them are little TV miniseries, but this was 3 hours and 9 minutes. I actually had to take a break in this. I watched half of it, and then I watched it later in the day. And it paid off because it kept me intrigued and it kept me engaged in wanting to finish it. I knew this film was going to be somewhat good because before I do reviews, and I always do some research just to get an overview of the plot, and it had pretty good score ratings. And a lot of my family members, they watched this movie over theirs, and they have always recommended it for me to watch it, and I watched it and I did enjoy it a lot. Green Mile, it's one of those movies where I just believe everyone should watch it. It's not really a life lesson movie, but it's just a good movie that hits your heart in a good, sad way. It makes you feel out of your comfort zone in a little bit. Now, it's not one of my top tier Stephen King films that I like. I sure liked it a lot, but it's not in the top 3 or maybe even 5, but I liked it a lot, and I'm definitely going to recommend this movie. It was really good. Tom Hanks and Michael Clarke Duncan, they were awesome. And all of that being said, I am going to give The Green Mile a B+. Now I might do some other things coming soon on this channel. I'm thinking about doing the little series that I've been thinking about for a while. And I am probably going to be talking about some more Stephen King movies or television series, you never know. But yeah, I love Stephen King's work. Like I said earlier, I apologize in advance that I keep on calling this his work. Sometimes it comes out on accident, but this was his adaptation. He started this with the book. And yeah, I mean, I gotta start reading his books. I mean, I was never that really big of a novel reader myself, but I gotta, because I love the movies that are from his books, and I gotta definitely read them. But yeah guys, that is going to conclude my review of The Green Mile, and if you guys enjoy this video, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, so that way you can see me next time. Thanks for watching.